Howdy, this is Bubba here with my sidekick here. Gonna do something. We love Dollywood. Let's preface it by that. We love Dollywood. Been going there all eyes and all that whole spiel. But we want to talk about 5 things that we think are overrated. For this list, I did 2, he did 2, and we combined on one. So,
and I think our combined item is the most overrated thing.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Let's say that. We'll start.
Okay.
We'll say. For me, the first thing I did was the country music show.
Oh, here we go.
And we're going to try to keep this to about a minute. If you know anything about me, you know I love country music. It's
Traditional country
music. Probably one of my biggest passions in life. But the country music show, I just can't sit through. I mean, it's like somebody from New York City. It's the most hokiest, cheesiest.
Yeah, very stereotypical.
Like somebody from New York City with square dancing and hats and
blowing on jugs, and they're just hooting and hollering.
But it's always packed.
I think, well, a lot of it's just gone.
I think it's the location or what, but I'm going
Where's it at?
It's over across from the Grist Mill, that outdoor venue. So I'm going to stop there before I go on a longer rant.
I might be the only one, and it has nothing to do with prices, because with the discounts, I really believe the prices are fair. But I think the food is overrated at Dollywood, not the snacks. I mean, we're big,
not the cinnamon bread and
that's the cinnamon bread, the popcorn, the kettle corn is great. I'm talking about like the food and stuff. A lot of people like the buffet, Aunt Granny's, but we can't eat enough food to justify the cost of that, so it just doesn't work for us personally. But I think the food in general, I really don't get a lot of bad food there, but also it's just something you eat, it and move on. It's a very average, I think.
Yeah, I think that kind of ties into the tasting pass as well.
Yeah.
Which we will, I think
we wind up getting chicken tenders or pizza, which is okay, but it's just nothing great. Because you go to Disney World, it's full of these can't miss food items, and they don't really have a lot of that there.
Yeah, sometimes the festival, like, I feel like that is I talked to somebody in the know on that, and I think that is I'll be vague here, but I think that is a worker issue. I think it's the main problem
they want
with
something
that.
simple too, but also too, as far as the snacks go, probably the worst snack at Dollywood, the ice cream is terrible at Dollywood. I mean, you can go to Scoops.
It's Mayfield ice cream, which it's in every store in the world.
And even their soft serve they have over there in the country fair area is just, it's not good. It tastes like that cheap ice milk stuff you get at the buffet at the local steakhouse kind of stuff.
But yeah, I think the food, like the main food items, I think has got worse. And for me, it's it's an inconsistency temperature issue. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's terrible. Sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's cold.
There's a pizza place by the merry-go-round that's decent, and then the chicken tenders. It's really, really hard to screw up chicken tenders and French fries. So that's what we stick with.
Yeah.
But
if you're within like the last hour of them closing, do not get the food.
And we were there the last couple times we've been there. The last days of the park, they had half the food items were out. So, but,
All right. I'll go with this one. This one's pretty quickly, and that is the Bubble Show.
Summertime thing.
I thought the Bubble Show was really neat when it first came out, and then this is probably the 4th year in a row. Fifth year.
Same exact
It's
show.
like the same thing. It's a little long. I know your son like a 45-minute show, and it's just kind of, I think it's time to bring something new.
Well, you need a new headliner, because we didn't go this summer for other reasons. It was like, nothing had changed.
Yeah, so I think it's time to refresh that one. All right, on to your next one.
My next one, this is sort of maybe petty, but I think the parking and the tram that's my least favorite. Because years ago, before they moved the tram station, they would drop you off pretty close to the front. Now it drops you off a half a mile from the entrance, and it's actually easier to probably walk if you get the right parking spot. And then we stand out and wait 20 minutes to get on a tram, and it stops. And it's just the parking situation is bad. You can drop people off, but I don't know. We've considered that, but it's just, I don't know. I wish the tram station was moved closer and the parking was just a little simpler. I know they are working on parking lots this year. That's the big.
That may actually not be, I think that may actually be the general consensus. I don't really know if you could officially qualify that as overrated, because I do think there's a lot of people that do agree with you on that.
Okay.
But I know one thing about that, like if you're in the first part of C, it's automatically just walk. Because it takes time, and you probably with strollers and that kind of stuff makes it aggravating.
If you're in A and B, you can walk definitely easier. Because you wind up waiting for the train, then you've got to take your strollers and all this crap you've brought with you, fold it up and put it somewhere.
Yeah.
And the kids are trying to jump out of the tram, and my wife, motion sickness, she got sick on the tram, so that pretty much sums up our trip.
And the thing that I don't like is that you get there early and they have parking lot A and B closed down, but then you get there at midday and you can use A and B.
It's usually open when we get there.
So, the last one is, I guess, maybe the most controversial. I'll let you take it.
I don't know that it is controversial, but maybe it is. I think the most overrated thing in all of Dollywood, and it has nothing to do with bunny huggers or saving the environment, is the train.
Right.
I'm actually surprised they're still doing it with it being coal-powered, as controversial as that is, to where
that day's coming.
It's coming. When we get off of the train, and honest to goodness, there's nothing to it anymore.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that we agree with. It's not the coal part, it's the fact that
well, that's true. But you go out there, the guy tells a few little corny jokes, and you go out there. Used to, back when you would circle up around in that field area, there was a little show, and it would stop, and it made it work. But there's really nothing to it. I think it's coming to where that's got to be really expensive to run that coal train now, and somebody to shovel it. So, I mean, I think they'll, I don't know if they will. I have a feeling they'll switch to a environmentally friendly train or do something like that.
That would certainly make a lot of people mad. But yeah, to me, I wish they did something there. I know
It's not that long.
On the Silver Dollar City one during Christmas, I watched a video on it, and they stopped the train, and the guy tells the Christmas story and ties that into Jesus, the Christmas story. So there's something like that to give you because if you come to the park all the time, there's not really much reason to ride the train.
And another little hint here, if you have young kids, when they blow the horn 5 times, they are terrified by that. That thing is loud. I mean, our fairly young newborn just went absolutely crazy during the whistle, the horn.
I like the whistle.
It's really loud, though. And if you're a kid, it terrifies them. So, but then it's like, well, that's one of the 3 things they can ride at that age. So it's sort of appealing to go on it. But anyway, that's it.
So to recap,
there's improvement of the train.
All 5 things that we overrated is the train, the country music show, the main dinner food items around the park, the parking, and the boat show.
And the tram / parking. Yeah.
Feel free to yell at us in the comments.